1 year, 365 days, 52 weeks, 525,600 minutes. Time spent in traffic, at school, at work, eating, exercising, and sleeping. But how many of those moments are spent in church? Religion, a word that can make someone comfortable, a word that is in the back of many people's heads as they go through the motions of everyday life. 6 out of 10 baby boomers consider themselves to be religious. Only 3 out of 10 millennials consider themselves to be religious. The number of believers seems to have dropped over the decades. Is it due to stress, vulgar media, liberal views, not enough time in the day? Everyone has their own opinion on what the answer might be. And although a clear answer is not for certain, one thing that we can be sure on is that statistically, millennials are not as religious as generations before them.
Well, I didn't grow up my family wasn't religious or anything like that, or what you would call religious. I actually hate the word religious, so I would say more comfortably, like, they didn't have a relationship with God growing up, and neither did really anybody in my extended family either. I learned the way that I was taught, that God was a freeing God, was a God of grace, was a God of love, was a God of hope. In conversations talking about other religions that have a more traditional, I guess, like background, yeah. And this is just me from what I've heard. They put God in kind of a box, or you have to check these boxes in order to get to heaven, or you have to do this thing to get to heaven. God doesn't love you unless you did this. If you did something wrong over here, God will, that's why so-and-so died, or that's why you're getting hurt here in this part of your life. And it is this balance system when God really just says, no, like, all sins are forgiven and you are accepted and loved by me.
The question arises that do our older generations have an influence on who we are and what we become? In cases like Olivia's, Generation X and the baby boomers had no influence on her decision to become religious. For others, though, this is not the case. A recent interview with a now atheist millennial showed the other side of the spectrum. Her idea is that religion is shoved down the throats of people at a young age. She explained that this in turn caused her not to affiliate with any religion. As a millennial, she believes in the power of freedom and not being held to a standard. These ideals have helped shape her beliefs on religion. She preferred not to be recorded for public use. How do you spend your moments in the day? No matter the generation gap, we can see that there is indeed a battle between generations when it comes to our faith.